Seriously, buddy, this has to be the best pan of the day. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. What's up guys, my name is Chris from Vo-Gus Prospecting. If you're new to the channel, a big warm welcome, and if you're not, bloody hell like this one, welcome back. Today, Steve and I are out on the creek doing a little bit of gold panning and metal detecting. And I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to do a little bit of a how-to with the Batea pan, because a lot of people are asking me all sorts of questions, so I thought I'd address them. This is the Batea pan, and to put it mildly, I have fallen in absolute love with this thing. So much so that I'm not even sure why the Western world even bothers to use pans like that, because this thing is just as accurate at gold retention and it's quicker. Right. This is what I love about this pan, is all your gold and stuff is always at the bottom. Every single time. I love that. Except for that bit. That bit tried to get away. Ooh, that's a good little tail of gold. Look at that gold. That's a beautiful little tail of gold. 110% going to keep working here for today. Very next pan, I pulled out some nice flakes of gold. Steve, have you found something?
Yeah.
What is it?
I think it's a nail.
Steve's doing something that I implore everyone who owns a metal detector in any gold bearing ground, whether it has nuggets or not, to do. Take your metal detector into a waterway and look for metal objects. It doesn't matter if it's gold, because if it's heavy, it's likely sitting near other pieces of heavy things, such as gold. He's found two signals, one down there, which I'm not going to touch because that's in my high banking tailings, probably a nail. Probably a bit of gold now that I've said that. But anyway, there's an easier one to get up here. Chris, it's a rock, buddy. I don't know, Steve, I don't know what the target was, but there was a lot of gold. It found some nice pieces of gold, so with a little bit of luck, there'll be even more down there. Gold in every pan. I love this. Grizzly, buddy, this is never ever going to get gold. Gold, old. Got fever on the brain, obviously. It's just so pretty. Look, a wild Steve. The other question that Grizzly just reminded me to tell you is yabby pumps. Everyone asks where you can buy them, and you get them from fishing shops because they're used to suck out bait from beach sand. Just getting pan after pan after pan of this kind of gold every time I yabby pump the bottom. Beautiful stuff. And this is where I high bank before. I'll link that video up above. This is why you always yabby pump once you think your spot's done. The Batea pan style dates back to the Mayans some 2,000 plus years ago, and possibly even earlier than that. And I already know that many people are going to ask me about what the losses are and all that sort of technical stuff. I'm not going to go into it because Dan Hurd has already done a video on this. I'm going to link that up here. Please watch them if you want to understand more about the technical side of the loss rates and retention and speeds. But for now, let's jump straight into doing some pans. There's two major drawbacks to this pan. It's got a pointed bottom, so you kind of got to create a groove for it to sit in or put it in the top of a bucket. And the other thing is that it's silver. You can get plastic versions of these, I have seen on the internet, but the silver version, there's no contrast, so it's actually kind of difficult to see your gold. So when you first start, it's ideal to tip the concentrates from this into a regular pan so you can see how many specks you're getting. After a while, you will get used to it. This Batea pan can take 3 to 4 full unclassified shovels. I run mine unclassified for one simple reason. I found that the rocks help keep everything moving, and that's important in the Batea pan. If your dirt is static, it won't work properly. The big rocks help break that up. You do need a fair bit of water to make this pan work. You need to be able to fully submerge it. I've got just enough in this spot here. Step one, just like every pan you've ever used, is stratification. Put it in there, break up clay clumps, move it around, get the gold sinking. As you can see, all the really big rocks have come to the top, so we're going to scrape them off. Now I'm going to make sure that there's no clay in there that's sticking together. We're going to get in there and massage it. This is all stuff you do with a regular pan. Here's the part that took me a while to learn. We're going to put this pan underwater and start stratifying by shaking left and right, front and back. And very gradually we're going to turn that into a circular motion. So underwater, side to side, front to back, you can feel the dirt moving around the pan. Now we start spinning it, little circles, 2 or 3 inches, and we're going to build up to a 6-inch circle. And then you're going to feel the momentum of the pan. What I mean by that is when you get to the left and right hand sides of this circle, you're going to feel the weight and pressure shift. And as that pressure shifts, you kind of want to push it forward and pull it back. And that's what's throwing your rock off. When you start feeling the dirt not give you as much momentum, you want to pull it out because you've reduced a lot of the dirt. You can see now that we're down quite a ways. And we've got these big pebbles, we're going to scrape them off. This stuff's probably hard packed because it's the heavy, dense material that's left in your pan. Bit of water, get your hand in there, break it up again. Same thing, put a bit of water in there, start re-stratifying, get your pan underwater. I use a twisting motion that allows the rim to go under. Get your dirt moving, shaking left and right, front and back. Get that circle, now gently make those circles completely underwater. It has to be completely underwater. You can feel the dirt come off between your fingers. That's how you know you're doing it right. Don't go too hard, you don't want to blow everything out. Lift it up, and now we're left with the concentrates. This is the hardest part. Underwater, usually you'll get a bit of compacted dirt at the bottom, break that up. Stratify. This puts everything right down in that point. Slowly tilt forward and float the rock off. What that means is letting the water drag the light stuff to the front. And if you give it a little tiny shake side to side, all your heavies and gold will stay at the bottom and all your light should come off the front. That's the gold we recovered right down in the very center ring of that pan, and you can see we've reduced it to a very minimal amount of heavy material. It is really simple once you wrap your head around it. It will catch the tiniest of tiny gold. I've cleaned this section up at the yabby pump quite nicely, and we're going to move on to this section. Now this section has never been yabby pumped, and I only did a little bit of panning work here at the very start, so I'm pretty keen to get the pump in there because I reckon there's going to be some good gold. We're going to just try and clean all that silt up because there is a lot. Yeah. Not only is there silt there, there's gold. Look at that. That's just sitting there. So there's going to be more. There's definitely going to be more over there. Bit of a tip with the yabby pump too. If you're the first time you're using one, always put a classifier in it. This breaks the splashing that happens and it stops it from knocking all the dirt back out of your pan. Okay. Oh, look at the gold. Once again, this spot is not disappointing. We are getting heaps of specks every single pan. Love that gold. Ooh, look, Wild Steve.
No big nails there.
But there's no gold either?
In that, no.
I hope you're not just checking for nails. Here they're nice.
Yeah. It wasn't the signal, whatever the signal was.
No, otherwise you have the most sensitive machine in the world.
Yeah.
One of my favourite parts is letting the water clear and having a look at the bedrock itself. And this is why you can't use a shovel to get everything off. There's all these nooks and crannies and dips and divots in it. And this is one of them just here. We've got a nice shelf of flat bedrock. And what I suspect is a tiny piece of gold sitting on it. Then there's a nice dip filled with packed in river stones. So that's going to be a perfect spot to yabby pump out. Yeah, nice and practical. We got one nice little bit. Seriously, buddy, this has to be the best pan of the day. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. I'm loving this spot. I'm absolutely loving this spot. There's so much more to explore too. Woo! It just never gets old looking at gold like that. Never. Oh, that's the best pan of the day. I've now cleaned all of this bedrock and I've cleaned all of that bedrock. So without opening up more ground, which I don't want to do, I'm going to jump on the same side of the creek that Steve is and I'm going to try digging in up here and hopefully this streak will continue on both sides of the creek. Bloody hell, okay, there's gold on this side too. I only got maybe a quarter pan's worth of dirt from that and we still got a good showing of colour. I'll take that any day. Got maybe 6 or 7 pans on this side and we're getting some pretty good gold from this side and from that side of this rock. Well, it's not rock, it's bedrock. The best thing about it was there was a nice crevice here that I couldn't quite get access to until... Whoo, sorry.
Oh, for a moment I thought that was you falling in.
Only a little bit. There's two things when you go prospecting. If you find a shotgun pellet and if you fill your gumboot up with water, you've officially gone prospecting. If you don't do at least one of them, you have failed. Don't fall in. Steve, I got a nice little bit. See him?
Oh yeah.
Not quite a picker.
No.
But a good...
Lovely little flake.
Yeah.
It's under that rock.
What rock?
The rock that you lifted up.
Like 10 nanodots?
Ah.
Yeah. Grizzly, Steve and I have been out here for about 5 or 6 hours and I've only probably done 30 pans just puttering around having a look. It's been a cracking day and that's what it's about. I'm going to show you all the gold. Let's see how much we got using the Batea pan today. There's a lot of gold in here. I'm actually surprised. That looks like a small high banking session. I mean, just before I tap it back, have a look at the ring of colour that we've got going on. Woo! Smiley gold pan. That is a pretty awesome smile of gold for a few hours pan and just cruising, man. Just cruising. Look how fine some of that gold is, especially over here. Wow, we got that one nice flake. And it's simply because you can move more dirt with this pan. Every single pan is like at least 50% more dirt, and it's like 3 or 4 times faster than using one of these pans. Now obviously this pan's not going to suit everyone. You need depth of water. It does take a bit more energy from your shoulders and your back to actually get it to work properly, so it's not going to work for every person out there. But for those of you who have the right amount of water and are physically capable of handling a pan that has a lot more dirt in it, I implore you, go out and try one. It's worth it. It's so much fun. I'm going to take that gold home, get it on the scales, find out how much we got for today. The gold Steve and I found next to a 1941 Australian shilling and a Clash Guitars pick. Right before I throw these gold on scales, I wanted to let you know about the super huge Mega Gold Monster 1000 giveaway. That's right, I'm giving away a brand new Gold Monster 1000 metal detector from Minelab. It's completely free to enter and will be drawn on September the 1st. All the information you need to know about it is in the description below. Time to get this on the scales. I'm going to guess 0.4. 0.42. .42 grams is worth approximately 37 Australian dollars at today's gold price, which is pretty good going for using just a pan and doing only about 30 of them. Hopefully you can see the same benefits I've seen in the Batea pan with how fast and how much dirt it can move. The links to buy a Batea pan from both North America and Australia are in the description below. I've also got a Batea pan sitting in my closet ready to give away in a future episode. This is going to be happening very soon, so if you don't want to miss out on that, please hit the bell in the bottom corner and that subscribe button so you don't miss out on this or any of my other future gold prospecting adventures. I'm about to give you guys a sneak peek of what's coming up in some of the future episodes that I've got for you. But right before that, thank you so much for watching my video. Make sure you hit that like, dislike or share button. That helps the channel grow bigger and better so we can keep making gold prospecting videos for you guys. And until next time, please give your dog a scratch behind the ears for me. Peace. And I'm out. Yeah, that's a deep one.